Welcome to our very last day of Crochet Advent. This series has been one of the most difficult crochet challenges I've ever done. Trying to get a new project out every single day for the last 24 days is no joke, but it's also been so fun and so rewarding. I am so grateful for all of you for following along on this series, for commenting on all the videos, for liking all the videos, watching them. It means the absolute world to me. This has been such a fun month, and at the point where I'm filming this video, we are almost at 30,000 subscribers, which is just like the best Christmas gift I could ever ask for. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have all of you here with me, and let's talk about our very final crochet design. I will still be making tutorials. I'm just talking about our final design for this series. Okay, so today we're going to be making a super cute little crochet bow, a little bow to finish it all up, to wrap up all your presents you've made this series, put a little bow on it. Or this is so cute for your hair. I already wore this to a Christmas party in my hair and it was so cute. I just put a little safety pin through the back and I just pin it into my hair. It takes like an hour to make and you can customize it in really any size you want to. So let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial for this little crochet bow. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using weight 4 acrylic yarn. Obviously, because it's Christmas time, I'm going to use a really nice red yarn. And then this one is completely optional, but I will be using a second color that's kind of contrasting to the first color or looks good with the first color, just to add a little border around the bow and give it a little bit of a prettier look. But again, this color is completely optional. You can just work with one color for this design. And then I'm also going to be using a 5mm crochet hook. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a slip stitch like so, and now we're going to be chaining to make the width of sort of the loops of the bow. So you can chain whatever number you want, but I'm going to be chaining 11 for the sake of this tutorial. So again, this chain 11, if you can picture the bow, this would be the width of sort of the loops of the bow, and then we're going to have the little tails coming down here. So however wide this chain is how wide and then kind of just how big the bow is going to be. So now we're going to go ahead and continue from here. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 2 more to act as a turning chain. I'm going to yarn over, go past those 2 chains into the 3rd chain, or what is actually the 11th chain here. I apologize for using a darker yarn for this tutorial. I've just been doing so many tutorials for this Christmas season that I'm honestly running out of color choices, so I kind of had to use a dark maroon yarn. So now I'm going to go ahead and just place a double crochet right into that stitch, and then a double crochet into the next stitch, and I'm going to double crochet into every single stitch for this row, so I should have 11 double crochets in total once I reach the end of the row. And now once I've worked through that entire row, I'm going to chain 2 and turn my work, so now I can start up on row number 2. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into that very first stitch, and place another double crochet. And now I'm just going to double crochet into every single stitch, and I'm just going to continue building up this project here. So I'm going to be doing several rows of double crochet, just going back and forth, placing a double crochet into every single stitch for many rows until this is turned into a long ribbon or a long strip of crochet that we can then turn into a bow. I went ahead and completed 23 rows of double crochet, which if I measure it here for reference is about 11.5, almost 12 inches of crochet. And you can make this as long as you want. So now if I were to fold it in half, this is how we're actually going to use it. So you want it to be a nice length where if you fold it in half and then sort of pinch right at the middle here, if I can kind of show you. So if you fold it in half and pinch at the middle, that should be a nice size bow. So you're just going to keep on adding rows until it looks like that. So now for reference, if it's folded in half like so, my project folded in half is about 6 inches. So now let's go ahead and attach this so it is actually a perfect folded in half little circle. So now I'm going to go ahead and at the very end of this row, I'm going to chain 1. And I'm keeping these sides folded in half. So I have the entire project folded in half like so, where both the first and the last row are right next to each other. And I'm going to keep them so that all the stitches are lined up like so. And I'm kind of holding them together nice and tightly. And now I'm going to slip stitch those 2 sides together. So I'm going to insert my hook into the very first stitch here. And then going to this side here, which was the first row of our project, I'm going to insert my hook into that first stitch as well. So I'm inserting my hook into the first stitch on both sides, and then picking up my yarn, pulling it through those stitches and through the loop on my hook to complete a slip stitch. Then I'm going to insert my hook into the second stitch on both the first and the last row of the project. So again, or stitch of the project. So again, I'm making sure I'm picking up the exact same stitch on both sides. I'm then going to pick up my yarn, pull it through both stitches and through the loop on my hook like so. And again, into that third stitch, going through the third stitch on both sides, pick up that yarn, pull it through both stitches and through the loop on my hook. So the most important thing is I just make sure that all the stitches are lined up as I do this. I need to be going through the exact same stitch on both sides so it won't turn out wonky or crooked. I also like to make sure that my tension is on the looser side, because if it's too tight, then the material is going to bunch up under these stitches. So I keep my tension on my hook kind of on the looser side instead of holding it super tight as I just slip stitch down this entire side, connecting these two parts together. And now after slip stitching all the way down here, I'm going to go ahead and chain one, and then I'm going to cut my yarn, leaving a couple inches behind so I can weave that in later. And then I'm going to pull my hook, and then I pull that end to secure it in place. So now here we have the entire thing attached as a circle, and there is a little bit of a seam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it right side out so the seam is more subtle, and I'm also going to make sure that seam is kind of the middle of our bow. So this is the middle indicator of the bow. So if I were to then bunch it up right off of that middle point, you can see here, this is what the two sides of the bow is going to look like. I went ahead and tied the little hair tie around the center just so you can see sort of the shape of the bow that we're trying to make a little bit easier. But now what we want to do is make another ribbon that can come down the bottom to create the bottom little tails of the bow. And I'm going to go ahead and make that ribbon half as wide as this portion of the bow, because we want this part to be really fluffy and wide. And then I'm going to make the bottom part about half as wide. So I'm grabbing more of my red yarn and I'm going to go ahead and cast on with the slip knot. And now because I chained 11 initially, I'm going to do about half, so I'm going to go ahead and chain 6. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And after making that chain of 6, which again you can adjust the number of chains as much as you'd like to, I'm going to go ahead and chain 2 more to act as a turning chain. I'm then going to yarn over, go past those 2 chains into the 3rd chain, which is also the 6th chain, and place a double crochet like so. I'm then going to yarn over, insert my hook into the next chain stitch, and double crochet. And now I'm just going to double crochet into each one of these chain stitches to complete the first row. So I should have a total of 6 double crochets once I've completed this row. And after completing that first row, I'm going to go ahead and chain 2 and turn my work. And now into the second row here, I'm going to insert my hook into that very first stitch and place a double crochet. And now I'm just going to keep on placing double crochets, and I'm going to keep on adding rows. So I'm just doing simple rows of double crochet, just like we did for the first part of the bow. And I'm just going to make another long ribbon with several rows here so we can use this for the bottom part of the bow. So I'm going to go ahead and work up many more rows, and I'll be back once I've done that. So I then went ahead and crocheted a total of 20 rows, which if I bring my little makeshift bow back in here, this would go right on top of here, and it would all kind of get pinched together. So I'm pinching this together right now so you can see what it looks like. So I'm just showing you what it looks like when it's all put together. So this is what I have it look like in the back, kind of have it twisted and folded up. And then for reference, these 18 rows equals about 9.5 inches long. So now we're going to go ahead and cast off here. And so I'm going to cast off by chaining 1 and then cutting my yarn, leaving a couple inches behind so I can weave that in later. I'm then going to pull my hook until that yarn pops right through that stitch and give it a little tug to lock it in place. So now we have the actual like bow portion of the bow and then the little ribbon portion like so. So it's going to look something like that as I showed you before. And so now we need to actually get the part that's going to attach everything together so we don't have to use a hair tie anymore. Okay, so I'm going to start with a slip knot, and then I'm going to chain a very small number like 3, like so. And I'm going to chain 1 more to act as a turning chain. I'm going to go past that chain into the 2nd or 3rd chain and place a single crochet. We're not doing double crochets for this part because I want it to be really tight and secure. So instead I'm going to place single crochets like so. So I single crochet into all 3 of those chain stitches to complete that first row. Then I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work and single crochet into the 3 stitches for this row. And this is going to work up really quickly, but I'm just going to keep on adding these little tiny rows of single crochet until this is long enough that I can wrap around the core of the bow and hold everything in nice and secure. So I'm just going to go ahead and create that now. I went ahead and just did 11 rows here with the single crochet, which I can now wrap perfectly around that entire bow. I'm still just kind of pinching everything, nothing's sewn in place yet. But if I bring it all the way around here, it wraps perfectly around, and I have to actually pull it to wrap it around. That's the most important thing. So you want it to be a little bit on the short side, so you have to actually work to wrap this all the way around and kind of pull it tight. That way you know it's really going to hold the bow in place. So now we're going to go ahead and cast off. So now that I know this is long enough, I'm going to go ahead and cast off by chaining one. And this time when I cut my yarn, I'm going to leave even a longer tail because I want to just use this tail to be able to sew. And that's going to create less loose ends for me if I just use the already existing tail to sew everything together. So I'm going to leave a nice long tail so I have enough thread to actually sew everything together. Like so. And then I'm going to pull my hook so that that yarn pops right through that stitch and give it a little tug to help secure it. So now here we have all of our pieces. So at this point we should have, this one's kind of bunched together because I've had it like secured with the hair tie. But at this point we should have our little circle that is eventually going to kind of bunch in and become the bow. We should have our extra ribbon that's going to become the ribbon at the bottom. And then our little strip here that's going to attach it all together. These are all the pieces we need for the bow. Now if you want to, you can jump right to the portion where we start attaching everything. But the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little border to everything to help clean up all the edges. So I'm going to use my second color now, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to be single crocheting along sort of the raw edges. So when we do crochet, especially with double crochet, you'll see that along the edges here, it can look quite bumpy because of when we have to chain and turn rows. So a way I like to clean that up and just give it such a nice crisp look is to go over those edges with a row of single crochet. And to make it fun, I'm going to do that with a contrasting color or with this bright red yarn. So I'm going to start with this little round part here, and it doesn't matter where in the circle, but I'm just going to insert my hook into one of these sort of gaps along the top of this little circle. I'm going to grab my new color yarn and pull it right through that stitch and chain one to lock it in place. And now I'm just going to begin single crocheting. So I'm just going to single crochet all the way around this entire side. And I will mention that when you're working into the sides like this, it can be hard to figure out where you're inserting your hook because we don't really have a uniform stitch to work into. Where, for instance, at sort of the top or the end of each row, there's these spaces to work into. But right now we're working into the sides of each row. So on the sides, we're just working into sort of the posts of the stitches or the sides of the row. So it can be hard to figure out where to insert your hook. I just kind of eyeball it, honestly. I insert my hook wherever there seems to be a gap. And a good rule of thumb I like to follow is you want to place about 2 single crochets for each one row of double crochet. So every one of these sort of horizontal double crochet stitches, I try to work about 2 single crochet stitches into. I don't do it every time, but typically I try to get about 2 single crochet stitches per each one row of double crochet, and I just kind of eyeball it and just work my way all the way around placing those single crochet stitches. Okay, and now I'm single crocheting right into that last stitch there. So I've worked my way all the way around, single crocheting all the way around that one side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my hook into that very first single crochet stitch I made. So I'm inserting my hook into that very first stitch, and now I'm going to slip stitch by picking up my yarn and pulling it through all of the loops on my hook, like so. And then we're going to cast off, so I'm going to chain one and then cut my yarn, like so, and then give it a tug and lock it in place like so. So here's our first side completed, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to rotate, and then again I'm going to cast on and a random stitch. It doesn't really matter which one, like so. And now I'm going to grab my extra color of yarn and pull it right through that stitch. And then chain one to lock it in place. And now I'm going to begin doing that exact same thing where I'm just going to single crochet all the way around, placing about 2 single crochets for each one double crochet, like so. And I'm just going to work my way all the way around this side of the circle. Okay, and now that I've worked my way all the way around again, I'm going to insert my hook into that very first stitch I made and slip stitch, and then chain one, and then cut my yarn, always leaving a couple inches behind to weave in later, like so. And then I'm going to pull my hook until that yarn pops right through and give it a tug to lock it in place. So here's our first piece now with that really pretty little contrasting border. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other pieces. So I'm going to just follow that exact same method for these remaining 2 pieces, only this time because there's no circle, I can just work all the way around. So I can start on the top and just work all the way around the entire sides without having to cast off once. So I'm just going to pick a random stitch here at the top of my project, pull my yarn through, like so, chain one to lock it in place, and now I'm just going to begin single crocheting. And I'm just going to single crochet all the way around the entire border of this piece, working into every single stitch. And when I reach a corner like this, I place a stitch into that corner and then turn my work, and now I'm working right down the next side here. And then again, when you're working along the sides of the project and not the top or the bottom, you want to place about 2 single crochets for each one row of double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and just work all the way down all of the sides here of this piece, as well as this little piece here, so then we can actually assemble the bow. And so now I've worked around all those pieces with just a row of single crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and cast off here, like so. So now here I have all of my pieces with that really pretty border, and you can see how it not only adds such a fun contrasting color, but it also just cleans up the edges so much more. So now we're going to go ahead and assemble this. So first I'm going to find my small connecting piece, and I'm going to find that really long tail that we cut before and grab a darning needle. I'm going to thread that yarn right through my darning needle so I'm ready to make that very first stitch. And now we're going to go ahead and assemble it. This part may be a little tricky to demonstrate because it's really all about kind of maneuvering the material, but we're going to start with our long strip here, fold it down like so. So now it's folded in half in a way, making this upside down V shape, like so, and making sure it's evenly placed so that the bottom line is pretty much the same here. And if you want to, you can weave in loose ends now. I just prefer to wait till the end to weave in loose ends. It's just anytime I crochet, I wait till the end. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab my circle, and I'm going to place that circle right on top like so. And if we pinch it, it's going to look like that. So now I'm going to take my little connector piece, place that on top of everything, and now we're just kind of going to pinch everything and bring that connector piece around. I'm just kind of wrapping the entire thing around here like so. And now I'm going to bring both sides in like so. So here we're on the back, and I have it all lined up the way I wanted it to. And now before I lose this, I'm going to go ahead and pull this as tight as I possibly can. And now I'm going to, and it's okay if it overlaps. Like you can see that the two sides are overlapping here. That's okay. Just want it to all stay in the back. And now I'm going to grab where I already pre-threaded this yarn through my needle, so I'm ready to go. And I'm just going to make one stitch quickly before I lose this. So I'm just stabbing the needle through the entire center of this bow, like so, and pulling it all the way through. Like so. And now that I've pulled it all the way through, I'm going to go right into the next stitch here and pull it all the way through one more time. Like so. So now at this point, everything is kind of securely in place. We're going to do more stitches, but you don't have to pinch it anymore because now it's actually secured by something beyond just our fingers. So here we have our little bow, and now I'm just making sure I like the shape before I commit to sewing the entire thing in place. So I think this looks really cute. And you can kind of play around with and alter the way these bottom pieces sit, where as we weave in the loose ends, I might kind of sew this down a little bit more. But here's the little bow, and now I'm going to go ahead and just continue stitching this because I've only placed one stitch so far. So now that I've actually placed that one stitch to lock it in place, I'm just going to continue kind of stitching all of this together. And I'm also going to weave in the loose ends. So now all we have to do is just weave in loose ends, stitch everything together. I do recommend when you weave in some loose ends as well, like I mentioned, to kind of stitch some of these pieces down more if you want them to sit a little bit lower. And then once you've woven in all those loose ends, you can then attach this to either a present or add a little hairpin to the back. So you can actually just pin this right into your hair. And that's how you're going to make yourself a little crochet bow. And here's what the bow looks like now with all those loose ends woven in. As I mentioned in the beginning, I just took a safety pin and threaded it through this little part here so I can then just pin it into my hair. I just pin it onto hair ties and whatnot, or you can use it for whatever you want to use it for. So I really hope that you like this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the comments down below and I'll do my very best to get back to you. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for your support throughout this series. I could talk about how much I appreciate you guys for hours, but I'm not going to bore you with that, so I'm just going to leave it at thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. The fact I'm able to just sit here and crochet all day is a dream come true. And I hope that you all have the most blessed Christmas season possible. So I'll be back soon with our regular scheduled crochet content, more behind the scenes videos and studio vlogs, more tutorials. I have so much content that I'm excited to start making, so I'll be back soon. But for now, here is our very last video of our crochet advent series. I hope you have a great couple days till I see you again. It's gonna be so weird not coming back tomorrow, but it's a much needed break, so I'll see you again soon. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.